Alright. And we are live. Let me just check my levels very quickly now that I've got a mic. Test. Is that working? I think I'm just quiet. How about now? That's probably better. Okay. I think that's about what I want to keep it at for today. Okay, cool. Yes, because now I'm starting to hear myself. Okay. Well, welcome. The first thing I wanted to do today was something that I haven't been able to do because I haven't had a microphone until now. I wanted to go down the list of all the mods I'm using, just because I know that's probably something some people might be confused about is what's changed from the base game here. So a lot of quality of life stuff, a lot of things that just make things a little bit easier to deal with, a couple of cheaty-ish things that I'm just not using very much at all. You probably saw a little bit of it in the last playthrough a couple times, but anyways, here's the list. So number one, I have automatic gates, so I don't need to open or close them, so that's simple, easy. There is a third backpack upgrade that gives you a whole other bar of inventory, like you're seeing on screen right now. I've got 4 bars of inventory instead of the normal 3. I've got a mod where I can carry chests, so that gives me the ability to just move some stuff around a little bit easy organization-wise. Technically speaking, it means I could have mobile storage like shulker box style in Minecraft. I'm not going to use it like that because I feel like that's a little bit too cheaty. I have the item spawner in-game, so I can use that to basically have access to any item I possibly need. That's one of those cheaty things I'm not going to use as much as I possibly can. I have the Deep Woods mod, which gives me a whole other deep woods within the Secret Woods. I'll definitely show that off at some point, but it is more of an endgame thing, so that's a ways off. I have a mod that affects the day-night cycle to make it a little more realistic, so it's not bright and shiny and sunny at 6 a.m. Instead, it's a little darker, it takes a few minutes to get brighter, that kind of deal. It also affects the light levels for sunset and such. I have the Friends Forever mod, which means that I'll never lose friendship levels over time with any of the villagers. I have a greenhouse mod that will completely change the layout of the greenhouse. We'll see that later once I've actually got that unlocked. I have the ever so popular Harvest with Scythe mod that makes it a lot easier to harvest crops quicker. It also works on swords, which is probably what I'll end up using. I have the Horse Overhaul, which means that I have a friendship level with my horse that affects how fast I can move. So the faster higher the friendship, the faster I can move. It also gives it saddlebags for mobile storage. It also means, it also means that it's smaller, so I can actually fit it through any gap that the player can fit in, the horse can fit into. So it makes horses a little more immersive there. I technically have infinite Jumino Kart lives, although I don't imagine I'll probably play Jumino Kart in this game, but I've got that. I've got an infinite zoom, so I can zoom out a ton if I need to. I have instant grow trees, which means all trees instantly grow, and then fruit trees instantly grow, as well as they're instantly matured, so that they'll immediately start giving high quality fruits. They're still locked by season, but in the greenhouse, they'll produce every day. But I have a mod that eliminates crows altogether, so I don't have to worry about scarecrows. I have no fence decay, so I never have to worry about replacing fences. I have the part of the community mod, which means that every time I gift people things or talk to people, it also impacts my friendship levels with people that are present or nearby. Makes it more of an immersive community, because, if you're gifting to your buddies, then people you're friends with would appreciate that. So, yeah, anyways. I have the quick shop mod, which you saw me use a little bit of. That gives me access to pretty much every shop and menu in the game. Again, I want to try to use this as little as possible, but it's definitely helpful when Pierre's closed on Wednesdays, so stuff like that. I have an elevator at the Skull Cavern, so that means that I can get really deep progression in the Skull Cavern, same as the Mines Cavern, or just the regular Mines elevator every 5 floors. Um, I can keep going deeper and deeper. So instead of starting on floor 1 in the Skull Cavern every time I go there, I could start at whatever progression I'm at. So super useful. Get a lot of iridium that way. I have a time speed, so I can slow down time, speed up time, stop time. I used it a little bit in the last episode just so that I could get some fishing stuff to get the pole I wanted to get. But again, that's something I want to use as little as possible. It will automatically pause time at 1:30 a.m. for me, so I never have to worry about passing out, but I don't want to exploit that too much. I have the upgradable pan, which I have had since I started messing around with mods, and I think I've never used the upgraded pan, so we'll see if that even comes into play. One that I recently got, which I think is super cool, is the visible fish mod. So that makes it, like you saw in the last parts and what you'll see today, it shows you the fish that you can catch in the location you're fishing, like swimming around in the water. Pretty cool. It updates with time and everything. Updates with weather, updates with season. So super duper cool. I have the wear more rings mod. Like you see right now, I'm able to wear a lot more rings. It's currently set to 12. 12 rings as opposed to 2. So it means I can mess around with combinations of rings and have more benefits and buffs. Just one less thing to think about. And then lastly, I have the winter grass mod, which means that just the grass won't go away when winter hits. Instead, it can carry on through the seasons. I don't have to worry about starting fresh every spring with grass. So not super big deal. And like there is a winter grass texture you'll see once we're actually in that month. So yeah, that's the mods we're playing with. Some things might change as we go along. One of them I didn't explain is the UI info suite. That gives me some interesting details about the game, mostly available right here, like telling me my copper pickaxe is ready, or I can watch the TV and get a recipe, or what's the weather like, or the traveling cart, and what's my luck at. It also changes a lot of things like, I can show my exact value, gives me level ups, experience bars, showing my townspeople on the maps, birthdays. Yeah, just lots and lots. When animals need to be pet, it tells me the types of crops as well as how long they take. It shows me the range of sprinklers. Just lots of fun little stuff that just helps to enrich the experience so that I'm more informed as a player. I can hover over my crops and say, oh yes, these potatoes will be done in 3 days, and these will be done in 4, and these cauliflowers will be done in 7. So it's a cool mod. I enjoy it a lot. It gives you a lot more information, enriches your experience. So with that, we will go ahead and get started and see what we need to get done today. So number one, I've got the pickaxe ready. I could walk all the way over, or just an example, I can just grab the tool from right here. So super cool stuff. Let's go ahead and got a recipe. Let's go ahead and actually get today's recipe. Disappears once I've actually got it. Let's think for a second. Do I want to do some fishing today? You know what, let's keep progressing in the mines today. So, just get into the groove of things. It's been a while. Oh yeah, and I got a meteor, which I thought was super funny, because there's like a super low % chance of getting this, and I'm like nowhere close to being able to break it. So that'll be sat there for quite a while, until I think I have a gold pickaxe. I think I can break it then. Since it's made of iridium, it would be ridiculous that I need iridium to break it. I'm pretty sure I need gold, so got 2 more upgrades before that. Okay. And I've got a ton of salmon berries, which is really nice. I got really lucky with getting my foraging level up pretty high pretty quickly, so I was already getting double harvest. Well, okay. I'm gonna try to kill all the monsters I possibly can, because A, I have a ton of berries for health, but also got those monster kill goals. Oh, it's so much nicer than taking like the 5 hits it took before or something. Oh gosh. There we go. The best thing about the slimes is to just pin them against a wall or a rock and just go to town on them, but of course these ones are being very difficult. Oh, there are a ton of these dust sprites on this floor. Holy crap. Alright, let's do just a little bit of organization real quick. I like to keep things organized in a certain way, but of course I have nowhere near enough space to worry about it that much. I like to hide my iron and ores and stuff so I don't know what kind of a day it's been until the end of the day and I can get a feel for my haul. Let's wait for him to... Okay. Of course. Instantly bust out of that. I could still use all the copper I can get, because I think I just used a ton of it to make all those furnaces, cooked up a few ingots, but yeah. Let's just eat some berries right quick. It's very hurting in the health department. Is this like Terraria? I mean, it's more of a farm sim type game. It's like farming is the big aspect, but then there's also all the like people you can be interacting with. It's got like you can see some combat and mining stuff. I would say that it's more like a was it like Harvest Moon and like Animal Crossing style instead of more like the Minecraft style. It's definitely just like a relaxing game. I mean, I'm all about peak efficiency, making money, crunching numbers, planting most like profitable crops and junk like that, but no, it's definitely just like a chill game. Yeah, like Harvest Moon, yeah. I've actually never played Harvest Moon myself, but that is something I've kind of had my, like, I feel like I'd be interested in it. I don't know if I have the means to play it. Okay, where's this freaking staircase? Yeah, so in the mine specifically, our goal is to, like... Yeah, stream delay, yeah. No sweat at all. I think I have something set where it's better than it has been, but there's still definitely a delay. Yeah, so the mine specifically, like, it goes down to 120. And as you get deeper, it gives you different ores that, you know, you can use to upgrade your tools to be more efficient and junk. Thank goodness. But it also means that it's harder to like break rocks and stuff down there. So ideally you kind of upgrade your pickaxe as you go. So like right now I'm getting iron, so I can eventually upgrade my pickaxe to be, it's steel, but it's iron. Oh, look at that. Alright. Just hop in real quick. I don't want to have to deal with that ghost because they've got a good amount of health. Great. As soon as I say that. And just the type of sword I have right now is definitely not great for it. these floors are like the worst because there's like it's not big and open. You just got this defined path, and it's like, well, I just gotta break every single rock I possibly can to try to get out of this floor because it takes forever to get to the middle. Of course, I'm just gonna get chased by a ghost like the whole way. Oh, there we go. That's actually... It's good that I got a solar essence. I need to donate that. Can your current pickaxe not break those crystals? They can. There's some items in the mines, like the barrels here, where I can hit it with a pickaxe. It takes like probably 3 or 4 hits, but the same with this, I can do it. The only thing is, it's better to do it with the sword because the sword doesn't take energy to swing. Meanwhile, the pickaxe does, and I can break like more than one at a time. So. Yeah, and the crystals mostly just kind of block the path. Let's see here. I wanted to put something somewhere. Yeah, this I want to donate, so I definitely don't want to eat that, but they can sometimes drop... oh, look at that, just leveled up. They can sometimes drop the quartz. The quartz you can put in the furnace and turn into refined quartz, which is like a crafting material. They can sometimes drop that, so it's good to break them as you go, but... I'm gonna try going to the middle just because there's so many, like, crates, and I want to go break those. So there can sometimes be some good junk in there, and specifically one thing I'm hurting for right now is... in some of these crates, you can have a chance to get, like, different rings. And specifically, some of them help you give off light, which is nice, especially in the deeper levels, but also some of them help you, like, attract items, be more magnetic, which would be very nice. Because if you see, I can, like, break a rock, and I can walk away from it because it'll get out of range. But if I have more magnetism, it's one less thing to worry about. I can just break stuff and go. Yeah, especially early in the game, things like energy management is tough because I don't have that much. But there is an item in the game, there's a limited number of them, and there's a set way to get them to get yourself more energy. So that is what I'm pushing towards. See, there we go, there's a glow ring. So that'll help me give off a little more light. But I wish it was also attractive. Let's see. Oh, I might get that recipe tonight. Alright, let's move on. And not only energy management, but also time management. Time plays a huge role in this game, as well as like the seasonal stuff and what day you're in. It's all stuff to keep in mind because it affects your crop growth, it affects what kind of stuff you can grow. So, let's see here. So it's 4 to 10. So I mean, this does more damage. The thing about the dagger is, like, you can see I can swing this. This I can do a lot more often. But honestly, this sword is pretty dang good. I think I'm just gonna sell this. Yeah, you can see there's the ghost fish and the ice pips. This is the visible fish mod I was talking about. How many times have I played this game? Oof. A lot. Let's see here. I have probably... So I have different games. I have some games I've played with myself. I have about... I think this will be my 3rd solo game. And then I have a game I've played with my wife. and then another one, a recent one that we just started playing, like a fresh start kind of deal. And then I also have one with my wife and sister-in-law. So I have several saves, but as far as time goes, oh, you know what? Shoot, do I need to? Yeah, let me pause this. I don't want to lose time. As far as time goes, I've put in almost, like, I'm just shy of 600 hours in this game. So lots and lots of time in this game. But this is my first time streaming it. Let's see. I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna sell that. I'm going to go sell this before that shop closes. Didn't sell for much. See, I could buy a new sword if I wanted to, but kind of hurting in the money department because I actually kind of accidentally bought the backpack upgrade. Let's see, I'm gonna keep those. I'm gonna keep that. All right, let's keep going. These next 10 floors aren't too bad. Yeah, it is a lot of hours. This game is so easy to get lost in. It's relaxing, it's enjoyable, it's really simple. Like, my wife is not a gamer in any way, shape, or form, and neither is my sister-in-law, but like the majority of those hours I've put in playing with them, just because it's easy to enjoy, it's fun, you can decorate, you can change the layout of your farms and stuff. It's a fun game. Easy to get into. Okay, let's just check the floor for... Let's see if I get some more iron. Plus, as you can see, so there's like a goal. If I kill 1,000 slime, I get a ring that when I put on, slimes can't damage me, which is useful for later stuff. And if I want to do a slime hutch, I actually want to do that in this game, where you can kind of farm slimes, which is something I've never messed with before, so that'll be fresh for me. And that slime ring is invaluable, so that they can't hurt you while you're trying to farm them, you know? Gosh. Also, Young Nasty, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. And for tuning in general. I've had a couple people watch before, but not a ton. 1,000 slimes seems like a lot. You'd be correct. 1,000 slimes is a lot of slimes. Later in the Skull Cavern, it's like the more difficult mines I'll go into, and sometimes in the regular mines. It's very rare though. There's kind of like these big slimes that you can kill, and usually like 4 or 5 small ones pop out of it. So like that's where you can get a lot of slime kills. And there are also some floors that are infested, so they don't have any rocks or anything to break. You just need to kill everything on the floor for it to give you your ladder. And those are sometimes chocked full of slimes. So it takes some time. Something you kind of have to grind for, and something I'll inevitably have to grind for. But my goodness, the dust sprites is like 750 or something, but they only spawn on, like, the slimes can be on any level. Dust sprites are only on these cold ones, and so there's just like a ton of them all the time. It's actually pretty quick to get the kill goal for them if you farm this area, and if you kill them every time you see them. Plus, why wouldn't you? They usually drop coal, which is a hot commodity layer. There we go. Magnet ring. That's what I was talking about earlier, and I got lucky with that. So I gotta I didn't even get a small one of either. There's a small variant that does less. I got a full-on glow ring, a full-on magnet ring, so... What happens when you run out of health? When I run out of health, I will... I'll pass out. And when I pass out in the mines, there's basically a possibility that every single item in my inventory, except for permanent items like tools, there's a chance that I will lose it. I can still recover those items from the Adventurers Guild over here on the right where I sold my sword. I can recover one of those items by paying gold. But you'll lose some stuff, you'll also lose some gold, and then I'm out of health and out of energy, so I need to, like, eat food if I want to keep exploring, so... It's pretty punishing. You don't want to die. As you can see, I got a notification that time just stopped, because it's 1:30. You also pass out at 2 a.m., which usually means it costs you some money. You don't lose items, but it'll cost you some money, and you know, you show up in your house the next day, but... Alright, got enough stuff with this on me. Let's just put this in overnight. Put that in. This is new. Let's sell all of this. Do I not have a... I don't have one yet. Let's make a yellow chest. A nice little organization method. We're going to make a chest over here, we're going to make it yellow, and this will be for food stuff. I'll just sell all of that, since I've already donated the stuff I need to. We'll call it a night. So now I can make a glowstone ring, which would give me some light and also attract items. Of course, I don't need to make that anymore, because now I've got... I've got one of each. Made a little bit of gold. I mean, 1,000 for mining isn't bad. As you can see, the luck is terrible today. And luck affects everything. It affects, like, how many ore nodes you get, how much ore it gives you when you break said ore nodes. It affects the type of monsters that spawn. It affects the quality of crops you pick. So, for instance, there's this parsnip ready. Odds are it's probably, yeah, it's silver quality, which isn't fantastic. So, it affects a lot of junk. But I'll just sell that. I don't need to keep it, I don't believe. I already did fall crops, or spring crops, as well as spring forage. So yeah, we're good on both that. Let's see. Let's probably get some more of this going. Now it'd probably be smart. I'm approaching the level where I'm going to start running out, like the copper pickaxe isn't going to be great, so I should probably look into getting the steel pickaxe soon. But I think it might be smarter to upgrade a tool, like my hoe. Should probably do my hoe. I'm a little bit short on ingots, but I can get there. I have to wait for these to be done, though. Okay. Well, while we wait for this to be done, I can chop some wood, maybe? There's my axe. So one nice thing about the instant grow trees is, like, later in the game, it's nice because it means I can plant trees and the next day they'll be fully grown instead of going through the several stages they need to grow up. But it's also a little bit annoying at this part in the game, like early, because it takes so much energy to cut them down. And if I left... So, like, I left all the stumps because they're next to these trees, so this can't fully grow because there's a stump next to it. But, like, if I cut the stump and I leave this, then it's going to turn into a tree tomorrow, but I don't want that. because that's going to take 15 hits to clear out instead of the 5 it takes today. Sure, I get more wood, but I'm not really hurting for wood. So that's one of the things I'm dealing with is I'm trying to clear out more of my farm space, but was it raining yesterday? It was raining yesterday. It must have, because this crop wasn't. Yeah, that's the other thing is I need to water my crops every day because I don't have a sprinkler system set up yet, but it's rained the last 2 days, so I haven't had to worry about it. Potato done in 6 days. That'll be done on the 28th, so that'll work. 28th is the last day of the month, so. Let's check this guy out. Okay. Throw that away real quick. I guess we can. When is this copper going to be done? 10 minutes? Alright, let's hang out for a sec. Put one of these guys away. And then I could walk all the way over to Clint. You know what? I probably will, just so I can show you the town. Ooh, got some daffodils. Just sell these guys. No, so the world is limited. You've got your farm, there's a set area in the bottom. You've got set mountain area, the town area, the beach area. Later we'll unlock a different area called the Ginger Island, but that's like a late game stuff. But yeah, no, it's a very limited set world. There are world seeds, but that impacts things like when does it rain and like what kind of forage stuff grows around, and but it doesn't really change much about the game since most of the quote-unquote like random stuff in the game, like ore drops and junk like that, is completely dependent on like your luck for the day, and that's all procedurally generated. But the world is a set world. So this is the town. Nobody will be out and about just because it's raining. That's the other cool thing, is everybody has set schedules that they follow. You can look it up on like the wiki where people have broken it down. But it's all impacted by things like the weather and what day of the month it is. So, because it's raining, most people are going to be inside. Okay, that's the museum. That's where we can donate crap. This is the Clint the blacksmith. So let's upgrade our hoe. It'll cost most of our gold, but cool. How could I have known? How could I have known? And yeah, I'm talking with people. Oh, shouldn't have done that. That'll hurt my friendship with her. But talking with people to increase my friendship with them. You can check all your social stuff here. I've got a lot of hearts with Shane. Oh, it's because it was his birthday and I gave him a gift. Yeah. Yep. So I can check my friendship with all the people in town. Some people I don't have much at all. The only thing like infinite about the world I can say is the Skull Cavern, which we'll get to later in the game. The Skull Cavern is infinite. Like it goes down forever. It technically has a limit of like, I think it's like 2 billion or something. It's ridiculously deep, and I'll never get there. But yeah, the whole thing's procedurally generated, and you keep going. Okay. The other thing I'm going to put in this chest is food, but I also think I'm going to put the donate stuff in there. I need to donate the hardwood. Does any of this need to be donated? Yes, that. Yes, that. Oh, I need to donate an ingot of each type as well. I forgot about that. That needs to be donated. Could do 10 bat wings or a void essence when I get it. No, your character just stays the same age. It's all based off of years and stuff as well. Like this is year 1 in game, and it'll track what year you're in and such. But no, your character never ages. Although I mean, you can technically change your appearance level later on in the game, so I could change my appearance and make myself older if I wanted to. But let's see, donate. Do I have 10 batlings? Yeah, I've got enough of these. Let's sell this. Let's put this on donate, because that's what it's for. And then I can take all my field snacks and put them here for food. You know what, why not? I'll make a donation run. I don't have enough hardwood yet, but... Okay. We'll make a donation run, and then we'll go mining some. You can get married in this game. There are some of the NPCs, there's like 4 males, 4 females that are quote-unquote single, that you can get full hearts with and then date them for 2 hearts, and then you can marry them. And then you can even have up to 2 kids with them. You have to upgrade your house, though, to make it bigger to do that kind of stuff, but that's an aspect of the game. Your children do grow up from like babies to toddlers, but that's about it. And this is the community center. This is like it's kind of like one of the goals of the game. At least when it first came out, this was kind of like the end goal. Is it challenges you just to like collect stuff throughout the world, and by donating to bundles you get rewards. But once you've completed a whole bundle for the crafts room, it like repairs the crafts room and gives you a bridge repair, which we'll see what that is later in game. But just gives you access to some stuff. This is a winter foraging item, but I got it from the ice levels, which is always great. Yeah, you donate stuff and you'll be slowly basically repairing the community center. So yeah, if you want to see more details about this kind of stuff. Looks beat up. Yeah. It's totally infested and broken up, and there's these, you can see them kind of wandering around, like this guy. There's these little spirits called Juminos that are living here, and by completing these bundles, I'm helping them like get back to their world or something. Whatever. But it's just a fun little collection thing you can do, and gives you some cool rewards, like so. What did I get for that? I got a small magnet ring, cool, which I can wear in addition to the one I've got, but also lets me start doing bulletin board donations, which is cool. Now I've done that. That will just increase my magnet range. But yeah, as I finish things, like when I finish all of the boiler rooms, like all 3 of these, it'll give me the mine carts, which is really cool. I'll show you those later once I've got them. But it also like repairs the boiler room. So at the end of this, we'll fix this whole place up. Let's see, that goes in. Oh, these both go over here. And I didn't grab a frozen tier. I need to donate those here still, but it's alright, we'll get to that later. It's not like that bundle could be completed yet. I think it's ocean fish. Okay. Okay. I brought my axe, but that's okay. Let's go to the mines. Yeah, I think I said it before. If you wanted to see some of that earlier stuff, I don't have the videos here on Twitch, but on my YouTube channel, I think I put that in the Discord as well. I've got the recordings of the first 2 parts on there, and this will be probably on tomorrow. I don't know, we'll see. Just kind of depends on how it goes. Might be the day after. The other thing I wanted to check on is I want to make sure my recording doesn't get too long. wanted to play around with that a little bit and try to break up the parts as I upload them to be a little bit more, like the last part was like just shy of 3 hours or something. And I'm fine to stream that long, but I think I want to break up the recordings to be shorter, so be keeping my eye on the timer there. Actually, I'm actually uploading the videos. I'm just gonna leave. I'm actually uploading the videos 2 different places. I'm uploading it on that channel I dropped, but also me and my brothers, which some of them are on the Discord, also have a YouTube channel with some podcasts and stuff. I've also uploaded the gameplay there, so it'll actually be going on 2 different YouTube channels. So you can check it out on either for the time being. Hey, no worries, no sweat. You have a good night. Stats aren't too bad. I still need to, like, I can't wait to get to like the 74s, because when you kill skeletons there's a chance you can get the bone sword, and I think the bone sword will be a good step up from what I'm using right now. Okay, this is a big floor. I should explore it a little. There might be a freebie ladder. Plus iron. And iron will be important because iron is needed for the sprinkler upgrades. There's 3 levels of sprinklers. I have never, in my time playing this game, ever made the normal sprinkler, like, ever. Because it's pretty much useless. It only waters the spots directly above it, below it, left and right of it, so it's, like, super inefficient. The next level does all of the 8 spots surrounding it, so it's a lot better. And it costs, I want to say gold, but that's okay. Like, I'm willing to invest some time into mining to get better sprinklers, because, yeah, totally not worth it for regular sprinklers at all. Let's just clear this for you. Aha. See, this little things always have coal in it too, which I've been finding a lot of coal, but coal can very quickly become a hot commodity if you don't get it consistently. Especially since it's also used in some crafting recipes. It's not just for cooking stuff up in furnaces, so gotta stay on top of it. That's a lot of iron. That's the other thing, is like, that's an iron node of 3, which is pretty great. But if I had to guess, it would probably have been a lot more of them had my luck been better today. Also, here is a jade. Running out of energy, which is never great, but that's okay. I'll eat some junk. And that is actually another winter forage that I can donate way before I'm even in winter. Oh goodness. It always happens when I don't want it to happen. Let's get down here. There's usually some good junk. Hardwood, which is good. Let's keep that up here. Let's put this somewhere over there so I won't accidentally eat it. Got some more cave carrots, which is also great food. So I've got like a ton of... Oh, there's crystal fruit, which is another winter forage. So the only thing I don't have for winter forage is the snow yams, which I could technically get out of these caves as well, but I would need to bring my hoe. Gotta hoe the ground for those. Let's see, what is this? Oh, master slingshot. Great. I will not be using that, like, ever. Oh, it'll be useful in the skull caverns once I can get explosive ammo and stuff, but for the time being, pretty trash. Amethyst. I want to say I donated this already. Yeah, so it can just be sold. I mean, I could hang on to it, and honestly, I should. Am I going to invest some serious time into making friends with the villagers? Amethyst is loved by a few people. I think it's a universal like. Everybody likes it as a gift, but I want to give loved gifts. Got some copper on a iron floor, but okay. Gosh, there's a lot of rocks. Got a gold nugget. That's just gold ore, but there's some chance you can get out of some rocks here, and then also from killing a few different types of enemies. Let's just shift everything down. Let's put that because it's a rock. That's a monster root, so we'll do that. I'm running out of space. I also got a bomb, which is dandy. I'm not going to drop it on this floor just because I know where the ladder is. Nice kid. So yeah, I've got a lot of berries, but they're not great in the health or energy department, but the cave carrots are. So we're just going to chop those real quick. Those are better than the berries. Not wonderful, but better. There's a ladder down here, right? I thought there was. Do I not know where the... I don't know where the... Okay. Well, I think I'm about to. There it is. Okay. I'm gonna aim for... I'm not gonna make it down to 80 this night. But I'm gonna aim for 75. Let's get to 75 and we'll head home. Yes. Frozen Tear, which I still need to donate one of those, but I've got plenty. Back at home though. Still no luck with the bone sword. Here we go. There's a freebie ladder for 75. I'm gonna go kill skeletons though. It's only a limited, they only spawn on 71 through 79. And so I want to get the kill goal for them eventually, so every time I'm here I should take advantage of it to kill them all. Also, I am aware it's 1 a.m. I would need to have left already if I were actually concerned with passing out, but because I don't need to, I'll be okay. Okay. Now I'm already here, so while we're at it, I'm also just gonna go donate all this junk. It's like I already donated I want to say the winter root, or crystal fruit. Crystal fruit? Or crystal fruit. But I got the root. So, let's come here. Winter foraging. Oh, I need to get crocus. I already had the crystal fruit. I was being silly. I could dig for this, but this can only spawn in actual winter, so I'll have to hold off on that. I need 10 hardwood, so I don't think I can put in a portion. Is there any of this? I can do the frozen tier. The other thing about these winter forages, I'm going to hold on to them because you can't grow anything in winter except for winter seeds. And to make winter seeds, you need to have the foraging items. You turn the foraging items into seeds, and then the seeds give you more foraging items, and you can just multiply it out your first season that you do it. Get as many of it as you can. And then, like, you can usually, I think you can usually sell, like, one harvest, but ideally you want to hold on to enough seeds that at the beginning of next year in winter, you don't need to build up seeds anymore. You've already got enough to cover your whole field, you know? So, we'll see how that goes, but it's definitely good to hold on to these as long as you can in preparation for first winter. So, alright. We're going to sell another daffodil, we're going to sell those. I'm going to put these guys away for now, although I know not to eat those. I'm going to put that junk away, I'm going to add that, because that's a new monster drop. And then I think I put the hardwood in here. 6 off. Okay. Let's grab 25 of these. I'm going to grab 5 coal. Those cooking. But I've got the master slingshot. I could just get rid of the normal one. I don't know if I pet my dog yet, but I did. We'll call it a day. A very profitable one. Woo. And 700 gold is... I hate how much I hurt for gold at the beginning of this game. Because I'm such a... Like, later in the game, when I'm just rolling in money, I like to not have to think about money, but... Right now, it's definitely something I have to think about, So the great thing about, like, the copper pickaxe is that I can break stuff quicker, which is especially important as things become harder to break. But tools like the hoe that I'm upgrading, oh, it's finished being upgraded, by the way. We're just going to... Why is it not... It's like... Okay. Oh, it's 1 day till it's finished. Oh. So the copper... you see how it says hoe is finished being upgraded? Yeah, well. But things like the watering can and hoe and stuff like that, it gives you the ability to cover more space. So it's a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. Although it does take a little bit more energy to do this, overall you're spending less energy and less time. So, especially early game, it's really, like, you will wipe yourself out the first day of the season trying to, like, hoe all your ground and get it watered and stuff like that. Really, really important that you upgrade your watering can and hoe early on in the game. Later in the game, the watering can's not as important, but still definitely useful to make sure you keep up with and not screw up like that. No, go forward. There we go. see, my energy is already getting pretty low from watering this whole field. It's a big field. A lot of these are going to be done tomorrow, though, so tomorrow's a big payday. Let's just eat some salmon berries real quick. Tomorrow's a big payday, but the thing I'm kind of questioning is, it's going to be the 24th. Parsnips take 4 days. So I could still get parsnips. I couldn't get my full field of parsnips, just whatever I can pick up. So that'll be fun. I'll need to do some math to figure out how much I can get. And unfortunately, I can't just count how many potatoes I get, because potatoes have there's like a chance of them. Like you always get one. I think there's like an 80% chance or something, 20%? I think it's 20% chance that it spawns another potato. And then if it hits that 20, there's another 20% chance of another potato, and so on and so forth. So technically speaking, you get a lot of potatoes. I think it caps at a certain number, but I don't know that number. So anyways, I'll have more potatoes than I will spots that I planted potatoes. So I'll need to actually it out and figure out how many spots I have. I want to say, though, I think I made it pretty organized. I think I have. Like, let's do. Oh, I'm out of water. Dang. Like, I'm pretty sure that there were like 200 spots, and then 30 of them were covered. So, like, this is 170, but then there's like 173 is what I think I can get tomorrow. Alright. Just fill up the watering can, rather. Put you away, put the axe away. Flower dance tomorrow. Well, that'll be fun because nobody will want to dance with me tomorrow, except maybe Shane. But I don't want to dance with Shane, so so forget about that. Okay. Let's just trim this really quickly so that doesn't spread too much. Yeah, let's go to the mines. Let's get down as deep as I can. Squeeze me. Should be able to get down to probably, I mean, I'm gonna get into the 80s for sure. The only thing I don't know about is, like, once I hit floor 80, or 81 rather, I'm gonna start doing, like, it's gonna be harder to break rocks. So there's a give and a take. Like, I obviously have enough energy stored up in food that I could reasonably do it, but the question is it worth doing? Because it takes a lot of time. Okay, no freebies. Our luck is a little bit better today than it was yesterday, so we'll hopefully be seeing the effects of that. Put that in preparation. I'll put that there. The other thing to note is you can play multiplayer in this game, which is great. When you play multiplayer, the time is always running, so that's something that works against you. But you actually can, there's a couple of cool exploits with multiplayer, like, especially good early on in game, like right now would be useful, to where I didn't need to eat all that food to get energy, but rather I can just go lay in bed, and my energy will slowly increase, which is nice. One good thing about playing by yourself, though, is that anytime I'm in a menu like this, you can see the time is blinking. Time is only running when I'm actually, like, playing the game. So that's one thing I've got going for me in this silver game, is I spend less time. Okay, let's put this here. And, like, I can safely do inventory management like this. because I don't have to worry about anything attacking me. Dang it, I didn't. Is there a ladder on this floor? Okay, I'm getting attacked by a lot of bats. It's fine, they don't do that much damage. Monster loot. Ooh. See, the fact that I got a staircase off of both of them just showed, like, how many times did I get monster staircases yesterday? Like, I think one floor. I just got 2 on the same floor. Just goes to show what the luck can do for you. Skeleton, come on. Oh boy. Got some more sap. I've gotten all the ore I can off of this floor, or easy ore I should say. Breaking any rocks can technically give me ore, but you know, these ore veins I'm guaranteed to get at least one. But typically the game is a little more generous with an ore vein, of all things. Right quick. Hurting for energy. The one good thing about if I can get down to the 81 floors is that's where gold starts to spawn. And if I can... See, there we go, there's a bone sword. 20 to 30, better speed, better weight. Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna use that. That's nice. In preparation for the next floor where everything's going to start damaging me more, that is nice. Cool. Oh, look at that. Gold and an Omnigeode. If you don't know what the geodes are about, I'll be messing with the geodes a little bit later once I've got a little more money to crack stuff open. Like tomorrow. I'll have more. I can probably do it tomorrow. Okay, what does this give? Ooh, fire boots. That is going to offer me better defense and immunity, so we're going to keep it just to sell it. Now that I've gotten this floor unlocked, let's just go sell that stuff real quick. You can't sell these kind of items in the shipping bin outside your house. It has to be sold directly to the Adventurers Guild. Which is kind of annoying, but just sell that. Open up some space. I could also buy a ring if I wanted to. Stuff like increasing attack. I don't have enough money. Well, I have enough money. I don't have enough disposable income to justify getting that stuff. Okay. Nope, that's the wrong floor. You can see how there's like some light around me. It's useful for these levels to get deeper. I'm gonna avoid killing slimes at the moment just because I'd rather get some... I'm more focused on getting some gold at the moment. Although I can kill them pretty quick. The bone sword has some serious speed, but you see how much more... See, they're doing some serious damage to me now. defense being upgraded from the boots. 4 hits for gold. Still 3 for amethyst, which is good. Those are only 1 hit. That's good to know. I think after today, we'll probably wrap up this part, but if you're watching live right now, I'm going to keep streaming, but I think I'm going to break up the recordings, so awesome. Fire quartz, that's the last donating item I need for the geologist. That's a crab. I want to kill as many of these crabs as I can, because when I've killed enough of them, it gives me a ring that just increases my defense, which is great. Especially for later game stuff. Look at this sword, dude. It swings so fast. Ooh. Got a bomb out of that, which is always great. Let's put our geodes up here. The crab can be donated, actually, so let's keep that up here. Let's put him by that guy. Put him down there. Ooh. Shamans can shoot, yeah, that thing that shoots out, that'll weaken me, which super sucks. I'll take like double damage for a certain amount of time while that debuff's active. You can also heal everything within that little circle, so when you see that pop up, you know they're going to attack, but you don't know if it's attacking you or healing all this other stuff within the circle, so. Let's eat these. Health and energy, baby. Corner like that. That's the way to get slimes. Mining level is up. And I've now hit mining level 5, which means tonight I will have the option of a perk. You get a perk pick at level 5, and depending on which one you pick, at level 10, you get a choice of another 2 perks. So. Genie shoes. Less defense, but a lot of immunity. It's 350 gold. I'll hold on to it for now, just to plan to sell it. And we'll see what happens. But when it comes to this game, I pretty much know the route I want to go when it comes to perks. I've pretty much got it all picked out already. Head up here real quick. Oh, it's already 10 p.m., which means the Adventurers Guild has closed. Okay, forget about that. I gotta keep in mind that I have a bomb on me too, so I can use that and free up a space. Nope. No ladder, but I got some gold and coal. Like immunity is nice because it helps defend you against, like, when the slimes hit me sometimes it slows me, which is sometimes a death sentence. Like, you can get steamrolled by enough slimes if they hit you like that. So it'll make it so I'm less likely to have that happen to me. But like right now when my health is this low and I don't have any health upgrades and I don't have that high of a defense, I need the defense a lot more than I need immunity. So I got another freaking bomb. Alright, let's grab this guy up here. Grab that mushroom. Because I think I need to donate one of those. I'll pick this junk up. Slime. common, killed this slime. I have fiber on me too, I do not need to keep the fiber. Ooh, ruby. Don't think I've got one of those yet. Okay. Let's get rid of the fiber. Let's get rid of the sap. Let's get to 90 and we'll call it a day. I'm actually surprised that all the rocks are still... Oh! I did not know I could just bust the rock off him like that. I know that bombs destroyed it, but wow. That's good to know. He was stuck, which I've never seen an enemy get stuck like that. I suppose it probably had something to do with the ladder. Alright. Let's find the ladder and let's call it a day. How much experience do I get from... Normal rocks don't seem to give me any experience, but these one-hit ones do. I suppose I should be going out of my way to try to hit them. See, because like earlier on, like down in the mines, they can sometimes... Alright, they take 2 hits when the regular stuff, like the top floors, only take 1. But I guess across the board, these rocks take the same amount of hits. And now that I'm up to copper, they're 1 hit, which is pretty dandy. Ooh, that almost hit me. I hear this freaking slime. Stop it. See that? I'm weakened. -8 defense for the next few seconds. Oh, extended that 18. Which is fine as long as I don't get hit, but if I do get hit, it hurts. Alright, let's clean up this floor. Get all the goodies out of it I can. Okay. Algae, we're just gonna eat that really quickly. And I already have this dwarf scroll, I think. That's why it's not listed as Gunther can tell you more about this, because I've already got it. Okay. There's 90. That gives me the obsidian edge, which is a good bit more damage, so we'll do this. I really don't need fiber. I'll just trash that. Okay. And this is the item spawner that I was talking about. It gives you access to literally every item in the game, change their qualities and junk. Like I said, I want to use this as little as possible, but oh, hey, I can't use the warp totem because that would take up an inventory space. And I don't want to drop anything here. Cool. Alright, we're walking. Okay, there's one more thing I want to do before I call it a day. Number 1 being I'm going to throw my gold in. Start cooking it up. But one other thing I want to do, let's put crap away. I got 2 crabs. We'll put one of these in donate, one of those in donate. That needs to be donated. I'm also going to put this stuff in here that needs to be sold. I'm going to dump this, dump that, dump this. Sell, sell. That's donate. Okay, one other thing I want to do before we call it a day. I want to check this out. The change appearance menu. Cost me 500 gold. I don't want to do that. Now, the one thing about the obsidian edge is it does have a -1 speed, but the crit power and the extra damage is going to be a lot better than the bone sword. So, alright, well, if you were tuning in, watching this on YouTube or whatever, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Let's see, we're going to get an extra ore per vein. Ooh. This I've kind of gone back and forth on. I think for this playthrough, we're going to do fighter. Yeah, thanks for watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff so you can keep up to date and keep watching this series as it comes out. I try to get an episode or 2 out every week. It kind of depends on how things go. Depends on surgeries coming up. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.